For years, the world has been put into turmoil by right-wing conservatism, an ugly offshoot of jackbooted fascism. However, there is hope. Renowned journalist and activist Lewis Smith has become the leading authority on the war on hate, and thanks to the support of you viewers, his state-of-the-art news network broadcasts live and on YouTube, where all peace-loving patriots can spread the word and start the revolution. For the revolution will be live.
Greetings to our loyal viewers. This is Rev Live, and we are live from the studio, giving you a constant update of the fight for our very lives. Now, what we are covering today is not just alt-right neo-fascists spoiling everything, or the reign of terror brought about by the Trump administration. Now, what we are covering today is something the conservative types would prefer covered up, left to fester until society collapses under the weight of its undeniably evil corruption. So stay tuned for that emergency report. Do not go anywhere. This is a maximum exclusive report on possibly the most dangerous man in American politics. And you might think I'm referring to Mr. Trump, cursed be his name, and for that, I can't blame you. He is indeed greatly responsible for all the terrors that are facing society, especially the United States today. Roger Stone. Now, for people familiar with that name, including myself, can only react with their blood boiling. But the disturbing thing is that many people don't know who he is, and for that, I shall fill you in. Roger Jason Stone Jr. is a snake who works on Machiavellian methods of establishing people into power positions in the American government ever since he was a boy. He is directly responsible for many terrible events, such as the election of Richard Nixon, his personal idol, the Watergate scandal, in which he got away scot-free, the practically rigged 2000 election day fiasco, and of course the election of Donald Trump. He has worked his entire life towards this kind of insidious politics that has no room for good intentions or, serving the public good. And you want to know the worst thing about him is? He knows this. A direct quote from the man himself, in his own words: "I revel in your hatred, because if I wasn't effective, you won't hate me." Behind every tyrant and infamous face is a man who escapes the limelight to work and manipulate, so long as you're distracted from the real problems. I'll put it to you this way: stay focused, stay level-headed, and think for yourselves. And now, as we sail through the headlines, of course we're going to have to cover the unfolding nightmare that is Brexit. Thankfully, however, I do get to break this news to you with a good friend with a very special guest on Rev Live. He is, of course, none other than renowned liberal political analyst and a good friend of mine, Arnold Stewart. Arnold, welcome to the show.
Very glad to have you here, Lewis.
Now, Arnold, I have an article here from the BBC about Theresa May, head of the conservative political despots of Parliament. She says she would reject any alternative to her EU Brexit deal. However, a day before those headlines hit, she says she would consider a no-deal Brexit. What's going on? I mean, do the Conservative Party have any idea about what they're doing? Because it seems to me that they've done a full 180 on the whole situation.
Well, there is certainly proof that the Conservative Party have done, at the very least, a 180 on the whole situation. What has begun as an effort to strengthen the people's faith in the EU as a system, and to this point, it's turned into a typical conservative attitude of us, the elite, versus them, the people.
Well, yes, exactly. This whole thing of trying to regain people's faith in the EU as a system has continued, and it's now definitely become a whole typical conservative attitude of us, the elite, versus them, the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A second referendum.
Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely precise.
Precisely.
Now those are words to live by.
Words to live by, my man. Words to live and die for. Arnold Stewart, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. Share this with your friends, family, everyone. This is Rev Live, and I'll be back next week with another impending emergency update. Lewis Smith, signing out.
This has been yet another presentation from liberal icon and defender of truth, Lewis Smith, and all the dedicated cast, crew and associates of the #1 liberal news network. This has been Rev Live. The world of tomorrow is in your grasp today.